Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. You said what is happening? You in a matrix. All of y'all are in the matrix. So we're going to talk about how you should get out of the matrix. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all don't know how to get out of the matrix because you're trapped. All you got to do is just be yourself. That's all you got to do. But too many people fake. They don't know how to be themselves. I don't know why though. But then I do. It's because y'all stuck in the matrix. You know, everybody, like I keep saying, is chasing the same image. And you know what? What's so messed up about everybody chasing the same image? Everyone wants a piece of the pie. Everybody want a piece of the same pie. So it's like, must I remind y'all also, stay on topic. If you do not like the topic, you can exit the live. I'm not going to hold you hostage. Well, maybe you should understand what I'm talking about. Some of y'all don't even know that y'all are in the matrix. You don't know. You listen and you do everything the government tell you to do. So if the government told you to jump off a damn cliff, and if you don't, you will lose everything that you have, will you do it? A lot of people think with a materialistic mindset. So I'm sure you will do it. You stuck in the matrix. When all you think about is money, you stuck in the matrix. If you thinking about chasing a bag right now, you're stuck in the matrix. If you will put your life on the line for a job, you stuck in the matrix. If you can be selfish to your own children, you definitely stuck in the matrix. When people treat you wrong and you still keep them relevant in your life and you don't address them so they can acknowledge their wrongs, you stuck in the matrix. When you continue to date someone that's verbally abusive to you and physically abusive to you, you stuck in the matrix. But you get where I'm coming from. It's like, it's so many different things that I can throw out there that would indicate that you stuck in the matrix. And a lot of y'all still ain't gonna open your eyes to see that. It's time to come out of the matrix. Think for yourself. Because a lot of y'all got trouble with thinking for yourself. You allow somebody to make your decisions. You stuck in the matrix. If you see everything that's happening before your eyes and you still ignore it, you stuck in the matrix. Y'all really be seeing everything that's going on in this world, and you still fail to realize that you're stuck in the matrix. You ignore that. You see all these damn kidnappings going on in the world, children turning up missing and all type of stuff. And you still let your child go outside by themselves. You're stuck in the matrix. You're blinded. You don't see what's in front of you. How can you still ignore that? How? Like, I don't get it. You know, another thing, and I just want to throw this out there. Not all old people are bad people, okay? So I don't want nobody trying to say, oh, you trying to say all old people is, no. All elderly people are not bad people. I have met some amazing, wonderful elderly people, right? But some elderly people will throw stones and hide their hands and try to act like they're the victim after they disrespected you. Listen, I feel like we all should have respect for each other, no matter what. And it doesn't matter the age. It doesn't. It doesn't matter the age. Kicking people out. This live stream that can't be respectful, can't follow the topic. You know, what's up, Frankie? There is somebody in my live stream right now. More than likely, it's a demon. And I see you. I see you steady hitting the like button, unliking, hitting it, unliking, hitting the like button, unliking. Like, I see. I ain't blind to your ignorance. But the only reason why you're not going to announce yourself is because more than likely you already know I'm going to kick you out the stream and block you. So instead, you doing dumb, ignorant shit. But nevertheless, you're not going to interrupt me either. I'm going to keep talking. I just wanted everybody to acknowledge your presence since that's what you want. Whoever it is, y'all, is constantly liking and unliking. You know, people weird. People are weird. And they hate you, but they watch you though. They hate you and they sit here and they will listen to you for a whole 2 hours. If you hate me that much, what you listening to me for? But back to being stuck in the matrix. Y'all stuck in the matrix. And you got to come out of it. I saw a comment on the YouTubers video, and he was talking about toxic parents and stuff, right? So somebody made a comment and they was like, why are we 30 plus still chasing after our parents for a relationship? That's so true. Because I'm seeing nowadays a lot of toxic parents. You want to know why? It's because they've been stuck in the matrix. And ain't nobody telling them about their wrongs so they can correct themselves. They just living their life in a worse way. And they didn't live their life in a worse way to the point where they start having kids. And they do their kids wrong. And they hold no accountability. Your child always doing something. But what are you doing though? I'm just saying, a lot of these parents that's toxic, they throw stones and hide their hands. And they try to make it seem like their child did this, that, and the third. And majority of the times it be them starting stuff with their child. Most of y'all parents out here be bullying y'all kids. And they live their lives in fear every single day. So when they go to school, you wonder why they failing. You wonder why they getting into fights. You wonder why they don't want to get their education anymore. It's because you led them to that point. It starts in the home. It starts in the home. Toxic parenting in 2025 is just something that is so sick to see, like for real. All these parents that hate their children. Spare the rod, spoil the child. I'm just, in the Bible, it talks about this. Parenting. It talks about parenting in the Bible. And I really feel like y'all should look at that scripture. For real. I also think that some of y'all parents should look at the scripture, train a child up in the way that they should go so they won't depart from it. A lot of y'all leading y'all children astray because you tied up in the matrix. So you didn't got your child up in there with you. And they're entangled into the matrix right along with their parents. Now they're lost just like you. You don't have anybody, and you have never had anybody to lead you into the correct shit. So you mislead your child. And that's why a lot of these kids out here is messed up in the head. Because of y'all parenting. You have became so lazy. The parenting has become so lazy. For real. I'm going to be honest with you. People really try to justify their parenting and try to come at me and say, oh, you got some nerves and you fighting DCFS. See, the thing with that, when people try to say that, is I can almost bet you my bottom dollar that if you had your foot in my shoes right now, you would have gave up. You would have threw the towel in a long time ago. You not know how many people tell me, at least you still fighting? Because I wouldn't have been able to do it. Do you not know how many people tell me that if they was in my position, they would have gave up? Do you not know how hard that is for me to hear? And I say, damn, they would have gave up on their kids? Guess what? DCFS got my children. But you want to know something about me? I ain't give up on them. And I'm still here for them. And I love them. And I'm going to still be here to fight to the end. It don't even matter what nobody say about me. I'm doing what I gotta do. So people try to tell me that I shouldn't have my input on parenting. But when these people see me parenting my children, they be lost for words. Because they be like, wow, she's really an amazing mother. But you do got people that they already got their mind made up about you. So when people already have their mind made up about you in a negative way, they're not gonna say anything positive about you. Although the facts is right there for them to see. At the end of the day, I got every right to say how I feel about the parenting in 2025. And God is my witness that if I had the opportunity right now to have my children, I can almost bet you people would tell me, like they told me when I did have my children, your children are well behaved, ma'am. I just wanted to say you're doing a terrific job with them because they well behaved. Yeah, because guess what? It starts in the home. The only way for your child to understand right from wrong is for you to correct them in the best way, not in the wrong way. And teach them right from wrong. Because children are innocent. They don't know. We got to teach them. That's the only way for them to know. That's why it says that in the Bible. Train a child up in the way that they should go. And y'all lead y'all children astray. Even when I get an opportunity to see them, I always let them know that I love them. I always give them good pointers in life. Prepare them for their life. I keep them prepared. They know right from wrong because I teach them. Still, doesn't matter if I get to see them the bare minimum. I can almost guarantee you I leave a mark on them when they leave from with me because I am who? Their mother. And they take every piece of advice that I give to them. They already know what's up. My children know exactly who they want to be with, They know what's up. But at the end of the day, nevertheless, enough about me. I just wanted to let y'all know that, I can give my input because I'm a good mother. My husband is an amazing father. And I see a lot of bad parents out here that just gave up on their children. And their children ain't even in the system. Their children live with them. And they gave up on them. The minute that child was born, you gave up on that child. The only difference is everybody else on the outside looking in can't see that. But you know that. Y'all be giving up on these kids easily, boy. Soon as they do something at school, 3rd grade, soon as they do something in school, it's a problem. You going in on them. I see this, especially in the Black community, I see it all the time. Horrible parenting. And when I tell you they hate their children, you will be thinking I'm lying right now. They hate their children. They hate their children. And I see it, the way that they talk to them, how they treat them. They leave their children outside all alone by themselves, feeding them to the damn wolves. Feeding them to the wolves. Because there is no way in, I ain't even gonna say hell. You know what? I'm gonna change it up. I ain't even gonna say hell. There's no way in this world that you're leaving your child outside to play alone by themselves or with a friend or whatever, a neighbor, and you see exactly what's going on, yet and still you letting your child outside by themselves. I don't understand. Then when something happens to your child, you crying like you the victim on television. You know motherfucking god doggone well you wasn't supposed to leave your child outside. You know that. But y'all gave up on your kids. That's why. I promise you, back when I was younger, when we come in the house from school, you need to be doing your homework. You ain't going outside until you finish your homework, right? That's how it used to be. That ain't how it is now. These kids can get out of school, go to the store, go to their friend's house, go to the park, and go everywhere else around the world except home. It's just diabolical what I see. I see this happening a lot. What happened to the parents coming to pick their child up from school and going home? What happened to the strict parenting where you tell your child, hey, unfortunately, you got to walk to school by yourself. So this is a big responsibility that I'm putting on you. You need to be your behind home at 4:02. Not 4:0, not 4:03, not 4:04, 4:02. What happened to that? And you better make sure you're home, or you're not going to be able to go outside. You're not going to be able to play. What happened to that? These kids, I don't understand. They can leave school, go everywhere else but home, and come in the house at 12 midnight. I don't get it. What's up, DA? Y'all letting y'all kids do anything now? Y'all giving them responsibilities and all type of stuff. Oh yeah, you giving them a responsibility when you give them a phone. And I'm talking under the age of 10. They don't need no phone. What they gonna do with a phone? Under the age of 10. Or under the age of 11. What they gonna, and that's my opinion. So if you don't agree with me, you don't have to agree with me. Okay? I ain't gonna get mad at you if you don't agree with me. But in my opinion, I feel like if the child is not over the age of, the age is 12 and up, they don't need a phone. Especially like for real. I feel like we just got too accustomed to the world and technology, and everybody just feel like their child should have a phone. And realistically, they don't need that. We survive without phones. They're not at a In my opinion, they're not at a responsible enough age to have a cell phone because they're going to lose it. Kids lose things. And then majority of them don't know how to really work it. Like for real, majority of the children, little kids that has phones, they don't really know how to work those phones. You think, oh, let me go and get my child a phone so I can be able to go out and do whatever I want. And let me make sure I tell my 6-year-old, don't let nobody in his house when I leave, and answer that phone. So you leave. You call your child's phone, and what happens if they don't answer? Why would you leave a 6-year-old in the house by themselves? First and foremost. That's why I say they're not at a responsible enough age to have a phone. I feel like, to be honest, maybe 6th grade, but for sure 7th and 8th grade, Cell phone, yeah. But it's not going to be nothing fancy. It's going to be something for them to call me whenever they need me. At that age now, when you get in high school, that's different. You get you a phone, and I feel like your restriction ain't going to be just me. I mean, I'm not going to restrict it to just me and you calling me only. Because, of course, you at a high school age, you got friends now, things like that. But if we train our children up in the way that they should go, they won't depart from it. And a lot of y'all don't know that scripture. And some of y'all probably do know it, but you just don't abide by it because everybody's excuse is you don't have to follow everything in the Bible. Well, you believe in God, right? Like you say you do. A lot of people don't know that when you say you believe in God, there is a long contract. When you sign up as a believer in Jesus Christ, you got to sign off on this contract. And this contract is to walk in a righteous path. A lot of y'all don't know that. What? Walk in the right? No, we don't have to do everything long as we believe in God. Like, people feel like, they really feel like, I believe in God, so I'm going to go to heaven just for that. I go to church, so I'm going to go to heaven just for that. Nope, that's not the way it goes. Just because you go to church does not mean that you are a positive human being. Just because you go to church does not mean that you're a good person. Just because you go to church does not mean that you follow Jesus Christ. For real. Some people go to church for drama. Some people go to church for the food. Some people go to church to play around. Some people go to church because their friend is there. Some people go to church just for the heck of it. Some people go to church because they just want people to believe that they're a good person even though they are not. And they use church as a cover-up. You hear me? Oh, yeah. Evil people of 2025, they a little different. And they hate when you call them out. They hate that. It was this old lady today, I kid you not. True story. This is why I say some elderly people, they throw stones and they hide their hands. So we standing in this little area outside, right? So our daughter is like right there with us. Duh, evidently, you know? So the lady puts a cigarette in her mouth. Now this lady looks like she's probably in her late 60s, early 70s. She puts a cigarette in her mouth and takes up her lighter. My husband tells her, hey, excuse me, Miss Lady. Hey, before you flame that cigarette up, let me move my daughter from right here, and my family from right here because we don't want to smell that and I don't want my daughter smelling it. She gets mad and says, oh my God, I am not about to flame up a cigarette, okay? And he was like, well, I was just saying, you put the cigarette in your mouth and put the lighter right there by it. She said, I was fixing my cigarette. I wasn't about to smoke it. This is what she said. So she lied. She immediately stepped away from us right after he said that and flamed up her cigarette and started smoking it and blowing the smoke our way. She's so pissed off that she gets on the phone and she starts talking to someone about us. And I said, oh my gosh, how old are you, ma'am? And I mean, just wicked, just evil. Old people, some of them, they really be evil. And they try to make it seem like you did something to them and they didn't do anything. This is what they do. Evil, wicked. And a lot of these people nowadays, they are wicked. They becoming so evil, y'all. It's so rare when you find good people out here. It's so rare. Like nobody has a good heart no more. That's what it seemed like. Because everybody is becoming like selfish and lovers of money. For the money, for the root of all evil. For money is the root of all evil. Wait, hold on. For the love of money is the root of all evil. For the love of money is the root of all evil. And that's what it's doing. It's like the money is just, it's getting to y'all head. I understand that, times is hard. I do. But some of y'all will literally put y'all life on the line just to get to a job that don't give a damn about you. And then everybody's excuse is, well, it pays my bills. Okay. But that don't mean that you forget about yourself and your sanity and the way that you really feel about that job to just go there. Continue to go there. You putting yourself in a position that you don't even need to be in. For real. Y'all love money so much. It's ridiculous. I mean, of course, we live in an evil, wicked world. Yeah, my fault, y'all. Had a phone call. Apologize. So, you know, it's like people, they just, we gotta, we got another interruption, y'all. Pardon me. Let me get my daughter real quick. What's up, guys? Are you guys still here? Sorry about that. You know, motherly duties. Had to tend to my child for a second, but we're gonna spend about probably like, 10 more minutes, something like that on here. I just wanted to close that though. Man, pardon me again, y'all. All these little unexpected things just started happening. Trying to stop my laugh. Nah, but things is just it's like, people is just getting out of control with the way that they are, and they feelings towards money is a lot more different than how it was, I don't know, back when I was a child. It's like people just love money so much. It's like too much money is not enough money still. Literally. And then people swear up and down they don't care about money. But they do. They have their whole heart poured into money. They mind set on money. It's to the point where they talk down on you if you not on their level. But they still hating on you. That's the crazy part. They talk down on you because you ain't on their level. But they still hating on you. They got more than you, but they still hating on you. Let me tell y'all something. In order for a person to hate you or dislike you, they must be jealous and envy of you. That's the only way. That's the only way for anybody to hate someone. When you hear a person saying, "I don't like that person, man," and I'm talking about us good people that's hated by bad people. Bad people, they dislike us good people because they're hating on us. Evidently, it's something about us that they like, but they have too much pride to say that they like it because they dislike us. Or sometimes you got people out there that feel like they can be you better than you can. They feel like they can be you better than you can be yourself. So that's why they hate you and they hate on you. And let me clear this up because a lot of people might feel a certain kind of way about what I just said. So if you will listen closely, I said us good people are hated on and hated by bad people, right? Now, if you a kind-hearted person, and I'm not saying it's okay to hate anybody because it's not. We supposed to love our enemies too. But if you a good person and a person keep treating you wrong to the point where you finally just say, you know what, I'm gonna tell them about themselves. Cause I didn't do nothing to this person to treat me this way. And you confront them about it, and then they start treating you even more wrong, and then you begin to dislike them as a person. Not hate them, but dislike them. So you stay away from them. You know, I'm not talking about you. I ain't talking about those type of people. I'm talking about evil, bad people. When they hate you as a good person, it's because they want to be you. It's because they jealous of something that you have that they want, even though they have more than you. Typically, people that hate you, they have more than you. Sometimes you got people that hate you and you got more than them, whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, you know, I don't understand why people play the victim roles too, you know. They play the victim roles, but they bad people. And then everybody, for some odd reason, it seems like everybody believes them. It's like, hold on, this person is lying. But they believe that person over you. Even though you're a very honest person, they still believe that person. Everybody believes that person because they cry victim. They cry victim, they lie, and they keep the lies going. And then they gather other people that they know that dislikes you as well. And then they start painting a picture of you and making up their own thing in their minds about you. Then next thing you know, they targeting you. But you ain't even do nothing to nobody though. That's the crazy part. So what does that tell you? Tells you that they dislike you as a person because more than likely they're jealous of you. They jealous of you. Some people be jealous of your success. Some people jealous of you because, you know, the way that you move and how they're the type of person that lets everybody in their business and you're not. Some people be jealous of you for that reason. Some people be jealous of you because they know that you are a lot more intelligent than they are. Some people be jealous of you and spiteful and stuff like that because you got common sense. Don't that sound crazy? You got common sense. People hate you because you got common sense. That's crazy. That's wild. Something that you would have thought everybody had is common sense, but they don't. People will hate you because they try to compare their life story to yours. This is why I say people want to be you better than you can be yourself. That's why they start hating you. You know what I'm saying? So they compare their life story to yours. Y'all both been through something, but they feel like you've been through more than they have, you know? And they wish that they can be in your position. They feel like you're better than them automatically because you overcame all of those obstacles in your life. And it didn't and even though you still ain't got more than them, you still conquered all of that you went through in your life. Meanwhile, that person has more than you, but they still can't conquer them battles because they fake conquered it. They didn't really conquer it all the way. They fake conquered it. You know, they forced those battles out of their lives. Let me tell y'all, some people will literally pay to not have to go through any obstacles in their life. People will pay for that because they're weak. They're weak. People will pay to get out of jail. You know, They know that they did the crime. And I'm not talking about everybody that's locked up, because some people are locked up for extremely petty things. And then sometimes you got people that's locked up and they didn't even do anything. It was just, you know, they were hanging out around the wrong crowd. And they just got caught up in the mix and they got to serve the time too. I'm talking about the people that actually commit crimes. You know, people that actually do shit. Those are the people I'm talking about. You know, and it's like they just people really feel like, oh, she really think she went through something and she can get through it. Ooh, I just wish that, you got people like that. They really just feel like you're a better person than they are, and they know that, but they have too much pride to say that. They know that they are a fucked up individual, but they fail to acknowledge that. They fail to be proud about it. I mean, if you're a fucked up ass individual and your friends know it because you shouted out to them when y'all partying and stuff like that, or when y'all having conversations about y'all little side dips and boyfriends, if you can state how evil you are as a person and say, don't nobody want to mess with me because I'm really like that, I'm really evil. If you can say that to your friends and really be serious about it, why you can't be proud about it? Be proud about your wicked ways. Don't try to hide them when you come across a real person, a normal person, a person that'll keep it real with you. Don't try to hide that. Be proud about your evilness. But people just, they got too much pride. And then it's like they look at you they look at you like you the problem. Like you did something wrong, you know? And all you ever did was be a good person. That's all you can do. But people still find the wrong within your good. They still figure out a way to find something wrong with your good. People are extremely prideful nowadays. They know you're a good person, but they're not going to tell you that. They're not going to say that because they already got their mind made up about you. See, when people already have their mind made up about you, like I said earlier, they're going to say negative things about you. They're going to spread nothing but lies about you because they don't like you. And they will do anything to jeopardize everything that you have because they don't like you as a person. And you ain't do anything to them. No, you didn't. You know that you didn't. But the thing about it is they just already got their mind made up. And us good people, y'all gotta understand something. My good people out there, you gotta understand something. When a person already has their mind made up about you, it's too late for you to change that. Then you wonder why you don't hear from them. They go MIA every now and then. You know, you wonder why they treating you different from the other friend. You wonder why. It's because you putting your all into a friendship or whatnot, or whoever, a family member, whatever, and they already got their mind made up about you. It's over with. They already feel a certain kind of way. You can't change that. You just need to move on from that person. Friend, family member, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Some of y'all good-hearted people be trying to please other people too much. And you can only do so much. If a person don't like you, they just don't like you. You can't change that. Do y'all not know how many people out here hate me? Y'all not know how many people out here dislike me? Man, do you think I try to change that, man? No. It is what it is. If you don't like me, oh well. Kiss my ass. And stand in line with the rest of the motherfuckers that don't like me. Y'all really think I care? Because I don't. You know? And I don't understand why it's 60 plus year olds, people pleasers out here in this world. 40 plus year old women, people pleasers. And sure, we can go down the list of ages. It's just adults that's people pleasers. You got to learn that you can't please everybody, especially if it ain't your man, and especially if it's not your girl. You ain't got no business trying to prove who you are to anybody, or you don't owe nobody loyalty except the Most High. Y'all got to understand that. Even our parents don't. And it's in the Bible. So, unfortunately, we do have high expectations from our parents because those are our parents. But you got to know, in the end times, they going to change. Not all parents. Not all parents going to change. I'm not talking about all parents. I'm talking about those parents that have became lovers of themselves and lovers of money. You know what I'm saying? For money is the root of all evil. You know, I'm talking about those parents that became extremely selfish towards their children. So it's like you become selfish towards your child. I'm just tired of all these people pleasers. You love money so much that you would do whatever your friends on the phone tell you to do to your child. Why you can't parent your child the way that you should? And you listening to your friends that's gonna lead you in the wrong direction. Y'all be grown as hell on the phone with your friend that's in their 50s trying to tell you how to deal with your child. Really trying to tell you what you should and you shouldn't do. The whole time they telling you the wrong thing. Whole time they telling you something that they wouldn't even do. But you listening to them. Hell no. I don't understand though. Yeah. So we're gonna be back on here. We're supposed to be going live again in a few hours, y'all. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Me and my husband, we're going live together. We got some things that we have to tell y'all. So stay tuned. We coming back tonight. Make sure you get the likes up, hit that notification bell, and subscribe to this channel if you rocking with me. You know, we all ain't gonna always agree on the same exact thing, and that's cool. And I respect that. So, if you don't agree with me, that's perfectly fine. At the end of the day, if you support me, I appreciate that. So, make sure y'all stay tuned for later on. I'm pretty sure it's probably gonna be around like 8 p.m. Just stay tuned, y'all. Nevertheless, the slogan is wake them folks up.